What's up, Warriors? This is Chris with the Weight Warriors podcast. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Not sure if you can hear my voice or not, but I'm recovering from a cold sinus infection thingy that I've had for the last week or two. That's kind of limited what I've been able to do, and we're hoping that this coming week we're going to be able to take it up a notch. Alright, so in the last episode I was talking about kind of where the point is you should get to kind of step it up. And what I'm going to suggest and talk about today isn't necessarily for everybody. I think before you start this, you probably want to get to the point where you're able to walk for 30 minutes and not have it just be this huge struggle for you to be able to do. So that's where I'm at right now, and so I'm planning on starting this week. So I wanted to kind of talk about it before I started it, because this is really the first step towards actually actively doing something to lose weight. Up to this point, I've just kind of been walking and tracking my calories, kind of getting an idea. The walking is getting used to it, getting into a routine. So to start off, the thing I've found, I'm a lot more capable than I think I am. If I were to go to a gym and just say, all right, I'm going to go run and, just kind of do that, I'm not going to be able to do as much as I'm actually capable of doing. The mind is a powerful thing. It can also be a hindrance in some ways. When we use it to put limitations on ourselves, when we use it to reason and justify, it ends up being, a pretty negative thing. And so that's why it's important to be able to push yourself farther than you can. Now that's also a fine line, because you don't want to push yourself farther than you should and hurt yourself. So it's a matter of pushing yourself more than you think you should, but not too much. So if you, have the means and the funds and all that stuff, you can hire a personal trainer. And if you can do that, I think that is wonderful. That's probably the best way to go. They're going to be able to work with you and help you be really well-rounded in your exercise. They're going to be able to know where to push you and know where your limits should be, and really give you that exercise and the workout that you need. But not everyone can afford a personal trainer, and you don't need a personal trainer. It's something that's nice, but it's not necessary. You don't need to be wealthy or well off to be healthy. So I'm going to give you the basics of the program. What I'm going to do is just kind of give you a rundown of what I did and what I've found to be very helpful. I'm going to post the weekly things on the website, and that's thewarriorsnetwork.com. There is an app for this, which is what I use and I would recommend using if you can, but I am going to post it on the website just so that you can access it. If you don't have access to a smartphone or whatever, you don't need a smartphone to be able to do it. You just kind of need to be able to know times and all that stuff. All right, so you're to the point where you're able to walk for 30 minutes. It's not too bad. It's not too strenuous on your body. And so it's time to move on. Now, being somebody who's, closer to 400 pounds than anything, thinking about running doesn't necessarily sound like a doable or positive thing for me to do. But I can tell you it actually is a very good thing to do. Now, if you have knee injuries, or if you have any kind of leg injuries and things like that, you for sure want to talk to, your doctor or whatever before you start to do any kind of more high impact training such as running. The thing is, you don't have to run to lose weight. It's just something where you're going to be able to be the most effective with the amount of time you're spending. Now, if you run for a mile or you walk for a mile, it's not going to make a difference how you do it. It's just you're going to run a mile a lot faster, so therefore you're going to be able to run 2 miles or 3 miles before someone would walk 1 mile. It's just a matter of doing the most, getting the most steps, most bang for your buck, I guess. You know, if you want to walk the same amount as someone can run in half an hour, you're going to be walking quite a bit. But if you do have any kind of injuries or anything like that, you know, make sure you do talk to your doctor. You can lose weight by walking and doing other things. And if you do have, you know, injuries and various problems with joints, walking or swimming even is probably the better activity because it's a lot less of an impact. Running can be, a high impact activity on your joints and things. So you're probably going to feel it when you start for sure. All right. So the program I use is called C25K, which stands for Couch to 5K. I know that there are multiple forms of this app, multiple different ones, and I've downloaded a few different ones. The one that I use is called C25K. It's a red app. The thing I like about this is I like to listen to music and stuff during my workout. So, I can listen to music, and then this thing basically just tells you when to start running and when to stop running. It just kind of takes the guesswork out of it. And that's where I think it's nice to have a smartphone for this. You don't necessarily need it, but you have to be able to track, okay, I've been walking for this long, I need to run now, or whatever. And so what this is basically it's an 8-week program. So in 2 months, you're going to go from not running at all to being able to run a 5K. Now, this is the program I was doing, over the year ago when I ran back-to-back 5Ks. I was doing this program at that point. This really helped kind of boost my weight loss and just helped really kind of get me going. You see good results. You see, like, with your lungs and, how your body feels afterwards and after you've done it for some time. You just kind of start to feel strong and you're able to breathe easier, and it's been really effective. So I'm going to give you the first week here. I would highly encourage you to download this app. Also, you can visit the website and I'll have the breakdown of it there, all 8 weeks for you, so that you can have access to that. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a brisk 5-minute walk. So this is just going to warm you up, kind of get your blood pumping, your muscles warm, and, you're going to prevent injuries and just kind of help your muscles get all stretched out. So then what you're going to do is you're going to alternate between 60 seconds of jogging and then 90 seconds of walking for 20 minutes. So you walk for 5 minutes, okay? And once that 5 minutes is up, you're then going to jog for 60 seconds. Now, when you first start running, 60 seconds seems like a long time. And there's a good chance that by the time you hit that 60 seconds, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, like I could barely make it. And okay, I'm going to walk. And then you're going to be like, oh man, I got to start jogging again in 90 seconds. Oh no, I got to start jogging again in 30 seconds. And so this is where the mind is a challenge to overcome. You're going to be sitting there being, oh man, I can't do that again. I barely made it through the last one. I can't turn around and do that after only 90 seconds. But trust me, you can do it, and you don't necessarily even have to have walked for 30 minutes. And the reason why I said that is it's a lot easier on your body if you're used to being active than if you just start running. It can be a lot more painful, which makes it a lot more likely that you're not going to want to go next time. And, we're all about just trying to be successful, whether it's a big thing or a little thing, just successful in whatever we can. Alright, so you're going to do the 60 seconds of jogging and the 90 seconds of walking for 20 minutes. So that's where, you keep track on your watch, know what time you're starting the jogging portion, and know when 20 minutes later is, and then just keep track of every 60 and 90 seconds. So you're going to do that for 20 minutes, and then after the 20 minutes is up, you're going to probably feel like you're going to die, and you're going to then do another 5-minute cool down walk. And you'll notice that when you do your 90-second walks, it's a huge relief. And you get to the point where just doing the walking it feels like you're just resting at that point. It doesn't even feel strenuous compared to when you're running. And so really what you're doing is you're doing 60 seconds of jogging and then you're resting for 90 seconds. But definitely by the end of, especially this first day, this first week, you're probably really going to be pushing it. You're probably going to be watching that clock, just waiting for that 60 seconds to end. But that's the thing. You just remember, you can do it. Just push yourself to go through the end of it. That's the mental hurdle you have to overcome here. It's really helpful when you're pushing yourself to have something other than yourself telling you what to do. Like I said, if you try to do this without like a timer or anything like that, you would probably maybe finish half of this before you felt like that was all you can do. But if you just go until it says to stop and, you just keep at it, you're going to be able to make it. Now, during this, if you feel like any kind of like sharp pains or anything like that, you'll definitely want to stop. Don't push through anything like that. But, you can definitely do that. So the first week, what you're going to do is actually the exact same thing. So you're going to do this 3 times a week. So for me, I always did it on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays because, again, Wednesdays and Sundays are my rest day. Tuesdays, basketball. So that's how it works out. Eventually, you'll want to start adding other things like strengthening exercises and things like that during maybe those off days. But you'll want to do this for 3 days a week. Okay, and then just to kind of give you a breakdown and give you kind of what to expect going forward after that. The second week, you then alternate between running or jogging for 90 seconds and walking for 2 minutes for a total of 20 minutes. And then a lot of the times each day is going to be the same. And then it's going to start kind of changing as you get closer to that 8 weeks. It's going to be like, okay, day 1, you're going to do this, but day 2, you're going to even step it up even further. Day 3, maybe you'll go back to the first day. And so it's just kind of a slow, progressive way of slowly kind of just pushing yourself a little bit farther than you could do before. And you might not think at the end of the week that you're like, okay, well, I struggled with that. I'm not able to move forward. I'm not very good at that. And I would encourage you to just move forward. You're a lot more capable than you probably think you are. And you're able to do things a lot better and easier than you might think you can do. So please check that out on the website. Let me know your thoughts and how it's going for you on there. I really would love to hear your feedback. Would really love to hear any kind of experiences that you are having. So, and I'm just gonna do a brief little personal update. So I've been walking. I'm able to walk for 30 minutes right now, and it's not necessarily a big challenge. I've done a couple times where I walked for like 45 minutes or really close to 45 minutes. It wasn't a big challenge. Like, I'm to the point where that's not too bad to do. So that's where I'm like, okay, I'm to a point where I'm able to do it. Now I need to take it the next step up. And so this week is going to be the start of really my process of actually losing weight. So I've been doing steps to lead up to this, with kind of tracking my food, tracking my exercise, and then trying to do more exercise. And so this is the first time I'm actually going to take action towards losing weight. And I'm a big believer of not biting off more than you can chew. It's very easy to be like, I want to make all these changes. I want to change how I'm eating. I want to do all this exercise and all that stuff. And you don't want to do too much. You might think, okay, I got to make this change right now. But the thing is if you can do that, that's fine. But a lot of times, even for me, it's just overwhelming to make too many drastic changes all at once. So I like to pick one thing, do it, and then kind of start adding on top of that. So this week, I'm going to start my couch to 5K. And then next week, I'm planning on really implementing my dietary budget. So, track my calories, make sure I'm going under my calories, I'm not exceeding them. That's when you're going to really start to see, the effects and results of your efforts. You're going to start seeing that weight come off. With exercise, your body's going to work a lot more efficiently. It's going to raise your metabolism so that you're going to be burning more calories at rest. And it's just going to make you feel better overall. So like I said, go ahead and visit the website. Let me know what you think. The website address is thewarriorsnetwork.com. Follow me on social media. I'm going to be starting, I keep saying this, but I am going to start posting on Instagram this week. And you can kind of follow along as I go and do my workouts. And yeah, we're going to make some big changes starting this week, and it's going to be great. But thank you guys for listening, and remember, we can do more together.